So I just watched the new Netflix SpongeBob movie, Plankton the movie, which I had some interesting expectations. When I first heard the news, I was like, "Oh, another spin-off? I don't think Hillenberg would want that." But also when it got leaked, not like probably after the release of Sandy Cheeks movie, I was like, what is, how? Like, was this on accident or did someone on Netflix just really didn't have a good time there and just wanted to leak stuff as an act of revenge or something like that? And, but I heard some good things about it from the Velas Kimbom video that he did about the leaked movie. I didn't watch the leaked movie. I part of me kind of wanted to, but nah. Um, and also I feel like I realized that Sponge Out of the Water was kind of already a Plankton movie. I mean, next to SpongeBob, Plankton was like the most important character of that movie. He's like in the entire movie. Like, it's about him, about SpongeBob and Plankton trying to get the secret formula back. In this movie, Plankton wife Karen tries to take this to rule Bikini Bottom after a heated argument with Plankton after feeling angry about what she did to a chum bucket, and and Karen got angry and decided to, to wreck Bikini Bottom, and is up and tries to stop her alongside SpongeBob and try to get back to her by confessing her feelings and saying sorry to her. And this movie is also a musical, which is I found to be kind of an interesting choice. I mean, we've seen musical numbers happen in the show, from Fun to Who Am I to Best Day Ever, and what's that other song that comes into my mind? Oh, I'm a goofy goer rock, which also has references to the SpongeBob movie from the Goofy Goobers uh, restaurant. And of course, there's one scene where SpongeBob mess around with Plankton's old stuff, and he sees a jump bucket helmet. He goes, "Oh hell, Plankton!" Kind of like, of course, like the civilians did when they were mind controlled by those helmets in the first movie, which I thought was a fun little Easter egg. Um, Honestly, I thought this film was actually solid. I think it's better than Sandy Cheeks movie, like a million times better. I think SpongeBob is better portrayed in this. He's not silly and goofy around all the entire movie. Yeah, he is still funny and still messing around. Like I said, he messed around with the Plankton stuff but was also trying to make Plankton help and save the world by trying to tell Plankton about his backstory and try to help, and eventually left him when he telling him that he's a jerk, which led to a jerk musical number. But he also cares about Plankton for the most part, and he does have some. He does destroy the potatoes with Patrick eating them. Um, I also thought Plankton was a likable character. He still has the charm, and he's a lot like how he is portrayed in the cartoon, which I think is a very good thing to do. And I do think Mr. Lawrence does a great job of portraying the character. Honestly, this movie is a better villain movie than Craven, Morbius, and Maleficent. Honestly, it really is. And Venom: The Last Dance. Because it makes sense for Plankton to be kind of a good guy, since he was in some episodes SpongeBob and Sponge Out of the Water and Sponge Out of the Run. And I thought the animation was a little the weakest part of the movie once, because the cut, yes, is a Netflix original. It's not theatrical, so it's not gonna have a would not have a big budget like the other previous three. But it feels like a video game cutscene for a little bit. Though I did like some of the hand draw animation with the flashbacks. I thought that was pretty neat how they had different styles to them. I thought that was pretty clever. I thought that was very well interesting. And I thought Karen as the villain was very good. And I thought her motives and her reason to turn evil was very good and very interesting and very well done. And I do think she was a much superior villain than the last one from Sandy Cheeks movie. And I'm surprised that there's no celebrity guest in this movie. Honestly, it's very surprising that they didn't do that. Honestly, I like how they're trying to do something a little new instead of being like a rescue adventure thing where they have to save a crown or it brings Gary back or something like that, or bring other people back from Bikini Bottom on the road. And in terms of the musical numbers, I'm a fan of musicals from The Great Showman, Lion King, and Spirited, so I thought the musical numbers in this actually weren't too bad, honestly. They were pretty catchy. I thought some of the lyrics were pretty good, and I thought they had some good music. I won't say I won't. I'm not gonna say that they're like Great Showman level good, but they are very good songs. Especially the Karen song. I really love that song. And but the I'm a Jerk song, I thought that was pretty awesome. I thought that was pretty awesome song. Um, and there were some jokes that I did like. I like that one PS joke when they go to college, Plankton and SpongeBob. I thought that was a pretty funny joke. I like how when Plankton was singing a piano for his Jerk song, you can see the human green arms. I thought that was pretty funny. I found it a little strange that at first Sandy, Pearl, and Miss Puffs were okay with Karen and Plankton trying to steal the secret formula at the beginning. But okay, because they later tried to stop Karen from destroying the world. Um, and I really thought Plankton and Karen reuniting was kind of bittersweet, and especially when they tried to attack the people at the beach, like kind of like it was shown at the flashbacks, and then later they live happily ever after, I guess, at the end. Um, with Squidward's house having a new neighbor at the top, Patrick, which will be interesting for Squidward. Um, and I thought the big climax was pretty awesome. I thought there was some cool fights going on with Sandy, Pearl, and Puss versus the other Karens. I thought the scene where it looks like old Karen was going to fight new Karen, but instead they danced and then they combined together. I thought that was a pretty funny scene. I really thought that was did get a chuckle out of that. Um, I thought overall Plankton the movie is a solid SpongeBob movie. I think it's much better than Sandy Cheeks movie, and I do think it's more watchable than that. It's better than I expected, honestly. So what are you guys' thoughts on the Plankton movie? Let me know in the comments below. Peace out. Bye.